But even the one that we water down, well, as you call it,
Bro,
water
you
down, we still
can't
have a
say that,
different
bro.
mindset.
You have Chinese in
Even the one
Jamaica
that way say water down.
Chinese, you know that?
Yeah, no, but even the one where you claim water down, them still have a different mindset even where you don't want to go to school about. But another point
you know, say you have Chinese in Jamaica that don't believe that they are Chinese.
No, but not the issue. To me, see, let me tell you something.
And we have to address these things in a cultural setting.
Yeah, that's a small.
I believe. I totally support. And let me say something.
My theme is culture.
We are talking about right now because we are talking about a lot of things. Education, culture. We want to get to a central conversation.
Rein it back in.
Everything linked back to the same thing.
No, bro,
you can't educate somebody about something that not have nothing to do with them and expect say them are go conform and be a part of it. And that's why society have a problem like what them have now. Because independence is the country literally say them no longer take no more workers from India, Asia, and Africa because the people them down here so I go work for themselves. And we not really
so what you're saying there is that what you're saying there is that I don't know what about education that's not for us. Like I hear this argument all the time that like 2 + 2 = 4 anyway you take it.
Let me show you which part we are going to my brother. The typical graduates of high school.
No, Ubuntu, me go come, Ubuntu, bro. Me know, me go come back to you. Me go come back to you, bro. Me come back to you, cause we are gonna lead the conversation. We're gonna bring in back Michael Lane, and we get remote. Then we got a remote tour, cause we don't want one person just go off on a tangent. All right, go ahead, Michael Lane, then go to remote.
Yeah, man. I was making that sort of want to reinforce the point with the brother who talk about culture and culture go into parenting. One of my policies, if I send my child to school, I'm supposed to send that child with a 100% oriented mindset. Therefore, I'm going to do everything and more because it's my child than I expect that teacher to do. So therefore, when my child goes into school, the challenge about wanting to get 100 is not going to be foreign to them because it's something that they have been accustomed to, trained to do, learn how to do, and that is the base. As parents, that can't be something that we require the government to come away and come tell us, say, that's what we're supposed to do. That is supposed to come natural, just being a parent. The other advantage about that, you don't have to reach to teach a child to have 100% mindset and more, right? It requires no wealth to do that. It's just by discipline and consistency. One other thing, we seem to get this idea of education as to be book. Well, let me say something. I watch TikTok from time to time and I see people having like a farm in a bag. You know, I might just stick up some potato, slip in one bag and him hang it up and him build up him like a thing. And him feed him community. 95% of them, the people in the bag even go as much as secondary school. So when we talk about education, to me, education is any information that is useful to make meaningful change to a community or a society. That to me is education. It's not necessarily about book. As a matter of fact, that is just a minute aspects of education. What you can do, that is the real education. Because that is where knowledge meets practicality. That is where knowledge meets action. And I think if we don't get ourselves in that sort of mindset, our mind frame, our culture, then 10 years and 20 years from now, we'll be having the same conversation. But I'll land there for the moment.
So Mr. Michael, Mr. Lane, you're saying I'm a walking example of the true Jamaican, right, sir?
You're a walking example of the true Jamaican. But I don't know where that true Jamaican, you know.
No, but
what does that mean? No, but
obviously with him.
Me here Bantu say a while ago, the brother say, film kids them don't go to school. If you talk to them, you hear them IQ. What he needs to understand, not sending his kids to school, that sounds great. But I wonder how much they really grasp on how systems work, or just the syllabus you use to educate them. Everybody, that sounds great. And tell your kids them about AI and all this stuff. People have to be careful and make sure at least give your kid the standard education if you can, and then you apply the other things
No, but
on
you
top
heard
of
what I said a while ago. You heard what I said about I define education a while
Michael,
ago. Sorry.
Michael,
Mike,
you're
I
tired,
define
man.
education
Michael.
as
All right.
you know,
Focus, go on, guys, with the hour.
made up on a break, Made up on a break, so we can talk. All right.
no,
JT, everybody.
Because you have
me
to bring
agree.
in, but no, Chris Thomas, I hold up him hand and the brother near remote. So when you come back, you will be
CEO,
good.
come in, Chris.
Yeah,
Come in, Chris.
so
Come in, Chris.
remote, then CEO. Go ahead, remote, then CEO.
All right. So all right. As a Bantu say, him not sending his kids go school. And somebody said then how much them really are learn. All right. First of all, we have to take it on our own responsibility for know things. Things like what? School was created by one man. It's a man idea around the world now. All right. What we're seeing as the result of this now? In America, parents are taking their kids out of school. Why? Especially people who have the same skin color like we. Why? Because they're not even teach Black history in schools today. So when I hear somebody say them don't send them kids go school, it's not school alone. You can go for learn how to survive in this world. You have option. People always have option. Why? The most I give we free will. And that is something that people forget. And it is the most important thing. Why? Government work off of consent from people. The government cannot do anything at all. Jamaica government. Every time they want to do something, they ask for consent. We just don't know it. Every time they make a press conference, they're asking for the consent of the people. Or you give your consent without not knowing. Something we use every single day. Silent mean consent. So when the government come out and say we're going to raise the toll fee and then put out a conference, you have 30 days as Jamaican to agree or disagree. But what if you don't do anything? You still give your consent because silent is consent. So one of the most powerful things we have as Jamaican is our consent, is our free will. It is tied to our free will and no man nor government can take it away. So if I choose not to send my child to public school or private school, I can homeschool them because choice is something that I was born with and no man can take it from me. So we have to understand, say, there's a narrative that is out there, but it's not the wholeness. And it's not truth. We have to know truth different from lies or narrative. And the politician always have a narrative. And it's not necessarily always truth. So we have to start back from the foundation. If you don't know your route, then you don't know where you're going. You don't know if you're going to the left or to the right. So we have to focus on our roots. Understand? Yeah, we see Jamaica get independence, so-called independence, for 60 years. But what have we achieved by putting these guys in charge for 60 years? I would say we keep going back. We keep taking one step forward and two backwards. Why me say that? Look at our currency. That is our current state. Your currency represents your value in the world. So if you want to know how far Jamaica have risen, measure it with your currency. Compare your currency to other currency in the world, and you will know where in the world Jamaica have reached. And I'm not blaming it on one
and remote. That's why I say me can't end up defending no party, because me I go tell people say no, if me want nitpick, me can say actually when I growing up and under PG party say them it was 30 something to $1. You know, if me did want to be some PNP defendant. That's why I can't do that. But it doesn't mean that Jamaica was in a better place then, though the currency was still the exchange rate was better. It was still Jamaica. People were still going through their struggle. That's why I can't take on no side, right? Because that's the first thing a PNP man I go say no. He go say under PG them, you know, I did $20 for $1. And no, it look we know we don't want to do that, people. The country, the state of the country, the currency has slid along. And guess what? In most countries, when your currency has fallen so far behind the dollar, it gives you the opportunity to create industries where you know that you can provide cheaper labor and you're exporting more. Jamaica is not doing either. Jamaica is not exporting more. We're not coming up with new industries. For example, I say Jamaica, let's say we go into cooperation with the Chinese. I'm saying to the Chinese, if we're going to do the next deal, China, we need one of your factories here. We need something here from China that Jamaicans can develop. You bring the skilled workers in to pass on the expertise to our people here. Because China is using soft power. They want influence in the Caribbean, but our leaders are not smart enough to capitalize and know where Jamaica's strength lies. Jamaicans are only thinking about backside and tourism and road. Jamaica needs to think about its strategic leverage that it has. You have to say, China, some of those new EVs that you're developing, we would love to have a plant here in Jamaica. How about that? And we pass on some of these technologies in some kind of exchange for something. But before you know it, Jamaica has the know-how how to build these EVs. That's why I said, bro, we don't have cutting-edge leaders. I don't want anybody come and tell me about PNP and Labour right, and Jamaica is doing great. Save that for somebody else. We don't have cutting-edge people who are just like, their minds are just not entrepreneurial enough in an advanced way to kick Jamaica on to the next level. You know what I mean?
And the point that we'll make about the Chinese plan coming here. Remember, Chinese are take over the vehicle industry, you know, in America, Europe, all over. You understand? China just basically drop a van where they basically nickname it the tool. Because it do what the farmer they need to do. It have no flair at all, and it's very affordable and very strong, sturdy. So, as we say, if China could have put a plant in Jamaica, because a lot of people don't know, this is what Jamaicans don't know, and this is what the politicians don't want to know as Jamaica. We are located beside the biggest market in the world.
Yeah. Where would be easier? Not only that, right? The tariffs for the Caribbean is totally different from the tariff that China and Europe is getting. We actually got cheaper tariff in the Caribbean. Jamaica is the flat 10% or something. I think Europe is up to 15%, and China, you know, it's fluctuating.
JT, why you missing? Why you?
Brother, me no bro, me no back and forth with you, Punkos. Me no know what am I saying?
You said misinformation.
What kind of misinformation am I giving?
All right.
Could I?
My boss. Oh, sorry. Go to Chris.
Greetings, everybody. Chattins. Are you familiar with trade arrangement and agreements, as in commodity trading?
Yes.
Okay, then great. So you'll understand the line.
Chinese
I'm sorry.
listen, my friend, intellectual
Yeah, but it
property
seems
transfer, right? We know that the Chinese, it's not like Europe gave them all their intellectual property in
we
America. They
are
stole it. They stole
we
it. They
what
stole
I'm
it.
what I'm trying to convey is that we are not the only smart ones that is on this panel here, that the guys them that is at the table didn't think of it. We must come out of that way of thinking. I am saying there was another smart guy that was at the table that is thinking just like you and submitted that to the board. But when it will get submitted to the board, it either is voted down on because of individual biases and different circumstances that is not revealed to the public. For example, if you have people right now that if you
No,
drop
but the
one,
guy at the board,
oh,
Chris, let's just make that clear. The guy at the board wasn't as smart as me. Because he
the
would have
guy,
got it through. He would have got it through.
oh boy.
Yeah.
Why are you assuming that all of these delegations, because I'm yet to get into one of them, is there a delegation that goes on in regards to these things where one person make one decision, come and say, this is what I'm gonna do, and then everybody go along with it? Is that how it works?
Are you talking? Explain what are you talking about to me?
Yeah,
I'm
but
listening to you. What are you
I
talking?
get the impression that when I'm speaking and your objections to what I'm saying or the information you're
I
sharing.
wasn't objecting. I was just
So
adding
correct.
on
That's
to.
that's why I
Yeah.
said or the information
Yeah.
that you're sharing. I'm asking you now, I'm putting the burden of the responding to this. Are you suggesting that when them have meetings, there's a guy wearing the verbal jacket and tie and say,
Yeah.
this is how it a go. And everybody stay and just listen.
Yeah.
Well, hold on.
So we're remote. Let me handle this remote. So first of all, guys,
Yeah.
as I said, uh, there's a lot of smart people in Jamaica, but there's not. I don't know if there's a lot of strategic people who understand how negotiations work, how leverage work, how the different forms of powers that's been applied throughout the world works right now, even the Chinese soft power model. I just don't. I feel like Jamaicans are still operating in the days of Michael Manley and Edward Seagan.
All
I
right.
just that. I just don't. And it's
Can I
happening right here
contribute to
on
this point?
Chatins, that mean you did not answer the question.
No,
You never
because it's
answer the
happening
question,
right here on. Listen, because the fact that you even ask me that question is that
Yeah.
you're actually very you're questioning whether or not it could have taken place anyways. So
No,
I know that that's the mindset from
no,
a
sir.
specific
I'm
era.
I'm on the platform speaking as an insider to you. You said I asked first. I'm not crossing any line. Yesterday, my words was taken out of context. It's not going to happen today. I asked of you if you're aware of the trade arrangement and agreement. You said yes. So I felt comfortable engaging you with this.
I thought you were asking me about the trade arrangements work.
Commodity in terms of negotiations.
You're smart. I mean, you understand what Chris said. Me don't understand, boss.
I want to bolster JT's point.
Oh, boy.
I want to bolster JT point because each time
No, but me they are wait
JT
remote long time. Me they are wait long time.
Just let
JT, a
For
lot of
me,
things
could
that
even
you just
land.
just let some news just add
Let me
on more
mute.
again.
Yeah, Chris
make Chris
finish though.
make Chris make Chris land.
Yeah, man, make Chris finish. Make him finish him point.
Breeze from Chattins. Yeah. What I was just trying to say, which is not, I don't think we as I believe there are intelligent men up here that know of a rationally think, critical thinking. These big deals and decisions is not made by one person that goes and do a dictatorship and said, this is how it works. And this is what's going to happen. People come together, they throw out ideas at the table, and then they vote on it. That is what we do in a democracy. When we are on platforms and we are giving our idea and opinions of what we think and how it should work, all I'm saying here to you, esteemed gentlemen, is to say, be open that these things were already discussed. These things were discussed by people in positions to make change at the table. And because of other situations, they might not be passed. And that's all me I say.
We don't have time for that. We don't have time for that, CEO. That's a phone thing. We can't just guess it.
Define Uno. Who's the Uno?
They didn't.
Who's the Uno?
No, CEO, they didn't have the have that capacity to grasp what was ahead. That's why they haven't accomplished these things. We're talking, as I said, what you guys are trying to do is eloquently explain the failures of our leaders to us. And we're telling you guys that, guys, we get it. You're talking about delegations. Obviously, it's not a dictatorship where people are going to go down to China and go make their own deals. But who are the people leading these delegations? What are the deals proposed by Jamaica? What is the leverage that Jamaica is going into this deal with? It's like, come on, bro. Like, these things, we're not building rockets here, people.
Chris Alan?
I'm not land, but you can pass it on. I think I'm not being allowed to go past. I'm not allowed to find a strip. So let you go ahead.
JT, make a roll back a little bit. You see, all the things that you say, remember I live in Europe. You understand me? You are speaking from an elevated standpoint. You're speaking from a standpoint where Jamaica can reach it. You understand me? We are working to get there. Now, one of the first things before we bring in any type of huge manufacturing is that we have to sort out the energy situation. You understand me? So before all of them start about the big deals and bringing this and bringing that, you have a step before that, or a few steps before that, right? So first of all, we have to work out the energy situation. Jamaica have one of the highest energy costs. That's why other countries like Dominica, Mexico, Puerto Rico, Trinidad have higher GDP than us. Right? Because JT, hold on, JT. But JT, listen to the information.
I said, you might need your work. You come back and talk about energy. Anybody
general.
What did I say?
But you know, you want me say.
Yes.
No, but you have to allow me.
You're saying that I'm being disingenuous, bro. You're saying that basically I am saying to people like before we do trade deals and brother, I'm telling you, say, yo, focus, we're not ready, bro. We're not behind. You're behind as much as Jamaica.
JT.
Remember, you are where
JT.
Jamaica is right now.
You're saying the census.
So you're behind.
But JT, but you agree. But JT. But you have to allow. Me and Chris are trying to complete a sentence. I try to complete a thought.
No, you come up with the same thing. I'm talking about
so
the energy. No, but can you agree that I discussed the energy problem in Jamaica already? And when we talk about technology and AI, we talk about it.
Sir, but you know, say right now you're not being respectful because you haven't allowed me to develop the point. The point not finished yet, I am saying to you right now, where we are right now, we are working on the energy situation. The deal with JPS is going to conclude 2027. We're not signing back the deal. It's a very bad deal. You understand me? Because what we should be getting is not what we are getting. You understand me? And whether it's a JLP signed the deal or PNP signed the deal, it was a bad deal. No, we have a deal, a new deal sitting on the table, right? For a Canadian company to come and set up a nuclear power plant in Jamaica to increase and bolster, right, with energy capacity, to bring down the cost of energy, right? Right now, as it stands now, we are below with wharf and with logistics capacity. So we can't just attack to bargain with, right? What we have is the infrastructure in place first. So that's what the government of Jamaica is currently doing. So when they say we are behind, that's not true. We are putting the things in place where you are so far.
No, bro, if we're never behind,
we are putting the infrastructure right now.
But if we never behind, we
Christ.
be talking about those things right now where all the other countries are. I don't think you understand what the word behind means. Like, go read up what behind means.
Hold on, Chris.
Bro, you're explaining to me a place that we're trying to get.
You are crying over spoken. Hold on. You are crying. Hold on. You don't realize, you don't realize
Chris,
you,
no,
with
no.
you?
But Punkus, you're saying that we're not behind as a country, and you're explaining to me where we should be.
I
Like,
never
getting
said, hold on, boss. I never said that we're not behind. I'm saying that is something where is general knowledge.
No, that's what you just said. That's
I am
what you
saying
just said.
what we are doing.
You just said that on the phone.
My boss.
You just
My
said
boss.
that.
Look, I said that we're not behind. I never said that.
Punkus.
I am saying to you, there are a few steps that we are behind all of that. Where you say, "Oh, for there," and I agree. You know, it's where we want to go. Well, I'm not sure how far behind we are. I'm not sure how far behind we are. The 2023 public sector scale remuneration, right, should have happened 18 years ago. The one that happened 2023 should have happened 18 years. That's how far behind we are. Now, this government have acknowledged that and say, you know what? No more time like the present to do something about it. But you are saying that, oh, we should do something about it long time. I agree.
After I win 3 elections. Come on, man.
God.
I need
to kind of give some runway to address this is my wheelhouse.
Hold on. If we don't have the budgetary support, right? Because you can't just raise people pay, so you can't just restructure certain things, so you have to have the budgetary support to do it. So if you have the physical space, you cannot do it. So hold on, the government. That's my first. Boss, start that no boss. We have a conversation, boss. Come on, no man. I'm saying to you, going through the.
I won't come in with this type of argument.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Moderator.
Let me go back to the point.
What you need for
Michael, I saw him. Michael, no pay him no mind, Michael. Michael, no pay him no mind. I must start with the foolishness. No, what I'm saying to you,
you know that you're
right?
coming off
I agree
like a politician, right? You're coming off as a politician.
Lord God.
No, I'm just letting you know that you don't determine the lens that people see. You're coming off as a biased person who pushes
and that's fine. JT, hold on, JT, and I agree with you. What I'm saying to you, me, I have certain links, right? I say everything that a lot of Jamaicans, that you and I want to achieve in Jamaica. You think so? People like me and Chris and many other people who are Jamaica Labour Rights supporters, who are PNP supporters, I say to governments and our friend them in the government, I say, yo, why we not do this? Why we not do that? And them tell us, is the same to Chris? There are trade agreements. Are there certain things that certain region have or certain country have where them alone can have it? So there are things that we want to do that we have to definitely get it through somebody. You understand me?
I need space to address all of this.
We know those things already.
This is my wheelhouse. Can I go now?
Crispy, I'm gonna let you go. But Crispy, can you please tell them when they're speaking to us that our capacity, they keep explaining
JT, they will learn. Give them time, JT, they will learn.
They're explaining some trivial things to us like
they are not familiar with us.
It's weird.
JT, all you talk about the existing problem. Me I tell you what is being done about the existing problem, JT. That's where we come from. All you and Crispy talk about is the existing problem.
No,
what should have been done. I mean, I tell you what is being done about the existing problem. That's it.
When you
even
guys
with
are ready,
the STEM school,
when you guys are ready, I need a runway to address all of this.
Right?
All right, take the runway, Crispy.
Even with the capacity of high school,
I need a runway to address all of this.
The classroom them smaller. Right? There's a lot of things happening now. It should have happened a long time, yes.
But Punkus, please give me the runway to address all of this.
Punkus, sir.
Because
Crispy, if you're intelligent, you must can read and say the word is Punkus. Start with a P, brother. P.
Oh, okay, Punkus.
You must can do that.
Okay,
if you're intelligent.
Please give me I need a runway to address all of this because this is my wheelhouse.
Don't crash
JT, the point that you brought up is a point that has been plaguing black people for going around 70 years now. And the response is always typical, that it is because of what other ethnicities are doing why we can't have local industries. It is incorrect. Companies trade as companies, they do not trade as countries. When, for example, when Microsoft is going to invest to set up an office in Singapore because the environment is favorable, that has nothing to do with the US government. The notion the other gentleman brought up that stay secret that a company does not want to share and that's the reason why they may not want to set up in a particular country. That's incorrect. Give us some examples. There is one JT, there's one leader who has taken your advice, and let me prove it. Uganda's president, Yoweri Museveni, has enforced a strict ban on the export of unprocessed raw materials, including minerals like gold, iron ore, lithium, as well as agricultural products.
Ghana is domestic in that direction. Ghana is going there too.
JT, let me finish the statement. To drive domestic industrialization, enhance value addition, and create local jobs. The policy forces companies to set up processing plant locally rather than exporting raw material. It had been done. Here's an example of one black leader doing the right thing. The problem is that we do not want to admit something. Our ancestors have failed us.
Why you put it to general though? Why you put it to general though? I wouldn't support anyone. Continue.
Let me write the money. Everybody else can talk except me.
No, but I mean everybody also open to interjection and something for a clear understanding. I don't know why
you want to sense some, my friend, and it annoys me.
Sir, if I think your intelligence will allow you to say when they say our ancestors